I just change the stream key? Well.
And now, the inaugural episode of a brand new series. It's The Young Guardians.
That's pretty dope, because I didn't think about it either.
Gather around.
Oh, we need a lot of materials, but that's why I brought the buggy, so it can be transported back and forth.
Destiny for 3 young lives. 3 faithful aspirants to Duke Leto Atreides' fabled House Guard prepare for their final test at the War Gymnasium. A test that will challenge their training, their courage, and define their future as defenders of House Atreides. Our story begins on the Armatura Green at the Cala City campus of the Atreides War Gym. It is here where the finest young aspirants are honed into noble House troops. Shields up! Shields up! The honor of House Atreides rests on your shoulders! Defend yourself! You can't serve the Duke if you're dead! Among the recruits, 3 stand out. Taran, a farmer's son with unyielding determination. Lyra, a skilled sharpshooter born into poverty. And Aemon, a 5th-born Atreides cousin, striving to exceed the lofty expectations that come with his name. I won't let you down, Lyra. I've trained too hard to fail now.
Keep your focus, Taran. We'll get through this together.
Come on now, we've got a real chance to graduate top of class. But Taran, Lyra, and Aemon are not the only ones vying for the top spot. Another group of cadets, led by the arrogant and cunning Aiden, has been their main competition and antagonists throughout their time at the War Gym.
Well, if it isn't the Golden Boy and his peon patrol. Tell me, Aemon, how does it feel to coast on your family name?
Shut up, Aiden. He's earned his place just like everyone else.
Oh, Lyra, you're still here? I guess your folks found someone else to milk the goats.
Not worth it, Lyra. Focus on the test.
You're gonna make the overhang on this side, right? Or
As the aspirants ready themselves for graduation,
with the ramp,
only
is
the
that what was
final
going on, right?
test stands in their way.
I don't know about overhang yet, but I've got the ramp, yeah.
Okay, I see what's going on. Nice.
Known as the peak of Valor Challenge. Ancient tradition states that the aspirant team planting their flag atop the summit first will be named top of class. Come on, keep it up! We're almost there! Just a little bit further!
Watch out for that loose rock!
As Taran and team near the summit, Lyra's footing gives way and she slides roughly to a ledge below.
Go on without me. Plant the bloody flag.
Not happening, Lyra. Atreides leave no man behind. Hang on, Lyra. We're coming. Meanwhile, Aiden and his group are hot on their heels and seize the opportunity to rush to the summit. Come on, you maggots! Dig deeper than you ever have before! We're almost there! Yes! We did it! I told you those losers didn't stand a chance.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry I slowed us down.
Don't worry about it. We're a team, remember? Despite their best efforts, Taran, Aemon, and Lyra finished second in the challenge. We may not be top of class, but we did right by our friend, and nothing will diminish that. The day before graduation, Taran and Lyra ventured into the lecture hall to return a borrowed tome, when something strange caught their eye. Huh. That's strange. The light's on in the Commandant's office.
But we just saw the Commandant on the green.
Then, who's in there? Aiden, what are you doing here?
Like my OSHA-approved safety walls.
I was just
Yes.
leaving anyway.
But Taryn had noticed that Aiden slid something under his shirt.
The Commandant's code book.
What about it?
Aiden just put it under his shirt.
We have to tell Eamon.
Amon, you won't believe what Lyra and I just saw.
Aiden is a thief. He stole the Commandant's code book from his office.
My older brother quizzed me before. I thought it was nonsense at the time. He was asking about a possible Harkonnen infiltrator in our aspirant class. I thought he was just giving me a hard time, but...
Yes, Aiden is the
Immediately
infiltrator. He must be.
Then what are we going to do about it?
leave
I'm
that to
large.
me.
What happened?
But I immediately noticed one thing.
What?
Buggy's too damn large to go up that.
Oh, damn.
The graduation ceremony is a grand affair, as the Commandant presents deployment orders to the well-deserving class. Called to the stage, Aiden and his group walk triumphantly up the aisle, expecting to receive top-of-class honors.
Perfect little sandbag.
I told you, fools who would end up on top.
Aspirant Aiden, you and your group are hereby charged with espionage and treason against House Atreides.
No, this is a misunderstanding. Unhand me!
And since this is wartime, the Articles of Canley are clear on the sentence.
Yo, what's going on?
My little
You
thing with
have
it.
all proven yourselves true warriors of House
My
Atreides.
power.
You have earned the right to wear the Duke's coat of arms and uphold the responsibilities and traditions that come with it. Stand tall, for you are the future of our house.
As Aiden and his group are led away by military police, Taryn, Amon, and Lyra rise together with the rest of the class, proud and vindicated.
We did it! We actually did it!
It's not about the accolades. It's about doing what's right.
And so, with hearts full of pride and the weight of their ancestors' legacy resting upon their young shoulders, our young guardians go forth as true soldiers of House Atreides.
I guess all that's left for us to do is unseal
Are
our
you?
orders and see
Oh, I
where
thought you were
we're
making a
bound.
supply run.
Wherever we go.
Next
I
time you
just
go back
thought
to the
we
base, you
together.
fuel cell.
Shall we open them at the same time? On
Yeah, I would prefer to build the omnidirectional wind turbine.
Arrakis.
That's it then. We're
I would
going to war.
definitely
What's
do that.
the- Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Twice as much
As our
power.
heroes continue their journey, facing new challenges as they uphold the legacy of House Atreides. Until then, remember,
I don't
honor
have
and
the
loyalty are the true marks of a warrior.
I need to.
So you need the full suspensor belt. It's not. It doesn't protect you from falling. But you remember how you used to be able to use a grappling hook and like hoist yourself and like keep soaring like super high?
Yeah, they fixed that.
Yeah, well this belt does it. Watch this. Come outside and watch me fly.
Oh, it's the full suspensor belt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I do it, I just
Until you run out of power.
Yep. But it regenerates while I'm falling. I can just tap it a couple times before I hit the ground. Still lost health. But yeah, it's definitely worth the craft.
I mean, to be fair, you just flew really far. So, you should have lost health. Fuck. No, it's fine. Alrighty.
Wait, can I really just jump straight up and fly up? I can. Okay, I don't even need the grappling hook. I can just fly. Kind of nifty. All right.
Where's that at, though? Kind of far. Kind of far. I need to go. I'm gonna do a couple quests here in a minute after we get this finished. Break away from building for a minute. 6, 5. Take one of the bikes?
No. What? Oh, that's what it is.
That's pretty cool.
Ever wonder what it's like out there beyond the safety of the city? Where the sand shifts and ancient secrets hide beneath the dunes? Well, let me tell you, there's more out there than spice and sand. The Wastelander Chronicles takes us into the life of a scrappy young scavenger girl and her family as they brave war-torn battlefields, hunting salvage and other buried secrets. Stay tuned, because this is one tale you don't want to miss. It's the Wastelander Chronicles, brought to you by O'Gary's Imports. O'Gary's Imports. If you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. Join us now as we journey to the blistering sands of Arrakis, where we follow the adventures of the O'Gary clan, a pioneering family of salvage experts, as they scour war-torn battlefields and crash sites to discover their next great haul.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Wastelander Chronicles. I'm your Badlands Scout, Sally O'Gary, and I've got a crazy story for you. It all started when my dad announced a surprise salvage mission.
Aluminium.
It was just after sunset. Dad has spent all day
How do you make a vertical staking unit?
mining our storefront and listening to the space traffic controllers going about their business on the Communinet. I always tease Dad and ask
We
how it
need
is he can listen to those
a
encrypted
survival
channels, and he just shushes me and tells me
fabricator.
to clean my guns. But this was a day Dad's patience and extra-legal Communinet receiver paid off. He overheard a distress call from the Leopoldus, a light freighter carrying machine parts out of Bella to Goose. Now, you might be thinking, Sully,
Someone
what's
else
so
there.
darn exciting about machine parts? But in
Unless
the
it's you
salvage game,
coming back.
we learned that a
That's
ship
me.
listing machine parts on its cargo
buggy.
manifest could be
Yep.
carrying anything from precision
we're
lab
missing one
barrels,
bike.
cybernetic eyeballs, worth the trip.
I
Of
don't
course,
see it on
Dad's
my,
not the best
oh,
with his
maybe
numbers,
it's up at the
so
trade
it was up to Mom to
post?
triangulate the coordinates and
Yeah, I
find
took
the
one
course to
trade
the crash
post,
site in the
one to the
mine.
trade post, and
As
then
always,
back.
when we
Right,
piled
right,
into
yeah.
Clovis, our vintage
So we got 2 bites at that trade post. We've got
Mom
1 bite at
reminded
the
us
Anvil
of
trade
grim
post. Like
dangers
we
waiting
got
for us in the desert.
bases
Bandits,
just
slavers,
waiting for us.
cultists, and of course, the old man of the
We have a
desert
whole trail of
himself,
bikes.
the great
Going back and forth.
sandworm. When we finally arrived
Yeah, we're
at
gonna
the
have to abandon
sector
some
our
too.
coordinates were within, we hid Clovis under a tarp and moved in on foot. As always, it was up to me and my little brother Coda to scout ahead and look for danger. Now, you might be thinking, Sally, that seems like a grown-up job. Why would you and your cute little brother be sent ahead to scout? The truth is, we rely on that cuteness to lull our enemies into a false sense of security. Then, we kill them real good. Coda can separate a man from his jewels in less than 2 seconds. I've seen him do it. But after a whole lot of dust and nothing, we finally came up upon the coordinates marked on our map. And what do you know? The crash ship was nowhere to be seen. Of course, Mom and Dad immediately set to arguing about it while the rest of us fanned out.
You're an idiot, Finn O'Gary. Don't you dare blame my calculations on this fiasco. I should have listened to my mother and entered the sisterhood. At least then, I'd be married off to a man of consequence.
You wouldn't be married to anything but a mop and bucket. Instead of kids, you'd have hallways to clean. And you know those witches got a lot of hallways.
What do you know about the Bene Gesserit? You don't even know how to add.
I know one thing I'd like to subtract.
Hey, Mom and Dad? Look what Phaedra and Bree just found.
While my parents were bickering, my big sisters, Phaedra and Bree, had uncovered a hatch in the ground beneath layers of sand and scree. It took some cutting, some prying, and a whole lot of cussing, but my dad finally got the hatch to open to reveal a ladder going down. Dad led the way, his glow cutting through the darkness as we descended for what seemed like an eternity. The smooth ladder shaft was marked with ancient warning signs in a language that Phaedra said was Proto-Galactic, whatever that means. Dad said it meant that the place at the bottom of the ladder was a part of the old empire. Finn Jr. said they were around a really, really long time ago and sent their scientists all over the universe to very cool stuff. Dad said finding their old stuff is our family pastime.
The fate of the O'Gary clan has always been tied to remnants of the old empire.
Have you
Whether it was back on
done
Hegel or
any
right
of
here
the
on
follow-up
Arrakis.
quests?
Look at how we're drawn to one of
After
their
we finish
facilities
the main
without
story?
even knowing it was here.
When we
0.
finally got to the bottom of the ladder,
I've done a
we found
couple of them.
ourselves
You
in a
just gotta
small
get to see
antechamber. That's when Mom noticed a
fucking,
series of small, almost invisible switches along the wall. With
Yeah,
a
I
little
thought we were
bit of
only
trial
halfway
and
through the
error,
game.
we activated the mechanism. A screen flickered to life, displaying a map of the facility. Dad examined the map and explained that we were in an auxiliary substation built to support nearby old Empire ecolabs with technical matters. This was very exciting for Dad because it meant that there were even more testing stations out there just waiting for us to find them.
Flying
But for
somewhere
now,
today.
we had the
Music
substation
dissipation is.
before us.
I
Mom
never
told us
miss
where
the.
we were on the
Let's
map.
move.
It seemed
Or
we
storm
entered
will
through
sit.
an emergency escape tunnel, but when we tried the door leading back to the main area, it wouldn't open no matter what we tried. Dad began to despair, but Mom kept her head and found us another route back into the complex through a twisty utility duct. But there was a catch. The utility duct was incredibly narrow, too small for any grown-ups to fit through. This was my moment to shine. With a quick pep talk from my mom and a promise to be careful, I wriggled into the tight space, inching my way forward. The walls closed in around me, but in true O'Gary spirit, I kept my cool, determined to reach the other side. About 30 meters in, I felt a tug on the safety rope tied around my waist. It had reached its limit. I couldn't go any further unless I disconnected it.
Salmon, you're at the end of the rope. You want to come back, hun?
I can't turn around here. It's too tight. I'll have to disconnect and keep going.
Are you sure, Sally? That's an awful risk. We won't be able to help if anything goes wrong.
You didn't raise me to be a coward. What does Dad always say that Owen O'Gary is for?
Is it obnoxious? I thought it was obstinate.
No, you sillies. It's audacious. I'll be fine. Just keep a lookout for trouble. I unhooked the safety rope and kept pushing forward, fingers crossed that the passage would lead somewhere. The angle of the duct meant there's no turning back. If it was a dead end, I was surely a goner. But hey, what's an adventure without a little risk? I think I can see something up ahead. It's an access hatch. Here's hoping I can open it from inside. I made it! The access hatch opened onto a huge chamber, lit by a soft, eerie glow. It was a real treasure trove of ancient technology, preserved perfectly through the ages. I had found the mother lode. After marveling at my discovery for a spell, I managed to backtrack to the escape tunnel where my family was waiting. Now I understood why we were never able to open that door. It was blocked by an ancient power loader. Fortunately, the control fob was still in place, so I was able to move that great beast away from the door.
Honey, are you okay?
I'm fine, Mom.
Where are you going, Finn? Our daughter almost died, and you're more interested in salvage.
She seems fine to me. More than fine, in fact. She's spectacular.
Our daughter or the power loader?
Can't we be excited for both? This is a VK5000 powered work loader. The last exosuit to come off the Venhold assembly line before the company was split up into Combined Mercantile and the Fold Space Shipping Company.
Do you mean...
Yep. The predecessors to CHOAM and the Spacing Guild.
Wow.
After the excitement died down, we carefully extracted as much as we could carry, making sure to document everything for later study. It was our most successful expedition yet. Back at our shop, we spent days cataloging and cleaning our finds, preparing them for sale. And that's where you come in, dear listeners.
That's right, Sally. At O'Gary's Imports, it's our Old Empire extravaganza. And you won't believe our prices. We have SD converters, we have anti-induction modules, we have cobalt-tipped frams, we have articulated John doors for men and women. Come find us on the Agora Concourse of the Grand Souk in Arrakis. Because at O'Gary's Imports, if you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it.
Thanks, Dad. Until next time, this is your faithful Badland Scout, Sally O'Gary, signing off and reminding you to always check your six. And come back next time for another episode of the Wastelander Chronicles.
my party invite badge.
If you fucking insist.
I probably should go do that. I like that objective. Excuse me. Chicken tender. Needed food.
Huh?
I said I needed food. I made some fucking little chicken tenders in the air fryer. These honey breaded chicken things from Tyson they're on sale for $5 for the bag. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, they're awesome. They are good. Let's see. I'm looking up. We gotta go to get this fucking next part of this quest. Because I want to be able to get us outside the wall, too, as soon as we can. So if you're focusing on this, I'm going to finish the radiation quest and shit.
Okay.
Let's see.
I know we have to build towards our aluminum. Composite of aluminum and others.
Flying somewhere today? Music to my basin is a pretty big. Let's try to avoid the hotshots local since we take off.
A Song of Two Homes. I
We really need
the
the ornithopter.
scented air and shadows cast by twin moons.
That's
Fleeting light,
We need water.
dust devils,
ornithopter.
dancing on the dunes.
Yeah.
Gold on
That's what we
gold,
need.
a wind that whispers throughout empty nights. To rustle and caress the sand, the landscape shifts and sighs. Rises up and forms anew, sings a song to me. And I see our footprints, swallowed by the sandy sea. I recall the mist of morning tides and the scent of salt upon the breeze. Gentle and soothing, waves caressing the deep and restless seas. Blue upon grey, the ceaseless call of seabirds out among the cliffs. The salt waves fall and rise, born now and dying, salt tears sting my eyes. How long ago it seems, and I know that our gardens blossom only in my dreams.
It's going to be another hot one today, folks. It's already 70 degrees Celsius in the shade, and the day's just started. All we can do is put one foot in front of the other, and face what comes with honor and determination. This is Tolliver Cam from the heart of Arrakis, guiding you through your day. And now we bring you Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe. Today, in another poignant and moving episode, we delve into the heart of a mother's sacrifice and the bravery of her son, as conveyed through their personal writings.
Fiona Thorne, a devoted mother, has remained steadfast and resilient throughout the long years of conflict. Her diary reflects the unwavering morale
Yeah, it's almost 12. I need to get off, bro.
supporting their loved ones and our fighting forces.
It's almost 12. I need to get off.
One fateful day last year, our
Sorry,
special
I was
missions
reading
cohort
about what we had to
executed
do
a
to
daring raid
finish
against
the
a Harkonnen position in the minor
You're good. You're good. I was working on getting the roof on top of the parking area for the vehicles. So I'm gonna come back and do it later. I mean, there's a roof up. It's just not sheltered technically yet. I think I got to put the Penta shield up, connecting, because I made it 3 high because I want to have it high enough to get a doctor in, no problem. Okay, but yeah, goal was
give me access to the
kill.
Eric was involved in the incursion at
I don't
Three
have
Rock
access to the
Station,
one that you brought over here.
and that the confrontation.
Just the scrap one that I claimed from the.
Okay, it's a scrap one.
He
Yeah.
writes that his spirits remain high.
I had access to
I
the
pray for his safety and the swift end
Right.
of this bloodshed.
In his letters,
Just break the floor underneath it, let it fall.
as Gurney's own are deployed wherever the need is greatest, Eric expresses both resolve and an
Alright, bro.
unwavering commitment to our
I'll knock it down.
Mother, the Harkonnens fight viciously, but our intelligence is sound, and we're able to hit them at their weakest. It's hard to remember the peace and serene beauty of our beloved Caladan when all you see is sand and blood. The soldiers in my unit are strong and determined, and I draw strength from their courage. I miss you and home dearly, but I know our struggle is just.
After the fierce fighting at Three Rock Station, Eric's unit was redeployed to the Western Reach, striking against Harkonnen spice crews in the deep desert. Through sheer determination, a critical position was taken, but at great cost.
The news I hear about Eric's unit is grim. Many lives lost, including some of Eric's closest friends. My heart aches for him, and for all the families grieving tonight.
Mother, I feel that our small unit is a valuable resource in this war of assassins, but we've lost many good men. My dear friends, it's hard to keep faith when you see so much death. The Harkonnens are brutal and show no mercy, Mother. They burned our wounded alive, and I've seen them torture our captives in ways I can hardly describe. But I remember what you always said about our duty to the Duke, about honor and courage. I try to live by those words, even when everything seems lost.
As the confrontations along the demarcation lines grew fiercer, Gurney's Own succeeded in breaking the Harkonnen supply lines, but in many of the missions, they suffered heavy casualties.
News has reached us of another successful operation. But Arak's last letter spoke of horrors I can barely fathom. I am hoping now, beyond hope, that his unit will be given reprieve, and that my son will be returned to me.
But destiny willed it otherwise, and Gurney's Own were deployed once again to undermine Harkonnen positions near the shield wall. From the mission camp, Eric writes,
Dear Mother, I don't know when I'll be able to write again. The Harkonnen positions are strong, and however careful our planning, we are sure to sustain grave losses. But still, none of us hesitates. We fight for House Atreides, for our people. Though I must confess, even the glory of Three Rock Station feels hollow amidst the bloodshed I now have witnessed. I must tell you, Atreides operatives too have been driven to acts I thought unimaginable. And we do what we must to secure victory, but I wonder at the cost to our souls. I miss you. I fear I may never see you again.
Later that same month, it was reported that Sergeant Eric Thorne was declared missing in action during a clandestine raid. His mother's heartache reminds us of the ultimate sacrifice made by so many.
Arak is missing. My son, my brave boy, lost to this endless war. I am proud of him, of his courage and his honor. But I cannot help the bitterness that fills my heart. We give so much, and for what? What good is the... and the when the endless sands of Arrakis swallow our children whole?
Fiona Thorne's sacrifice is a testament to the strength and resilience of House Atreides. Let us honor her and all those who endure the trials of this war, as we strive for a future where their sacrifices are not in vain.
You have listened to another episode of Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe. And now, we journey to the front lines with another episode of The Young Guardians, as we follow 3 young cadets on their journeys to glory. And now, The Young Guardians continues, a captivating saga of bravery, loyalty, and sacrifice.
When we last left our 3 young House Atreides aspirants, they had received their orders to join the War of Assassins on Arrakis. After crossing the known universe on a guild highliner, our heroes are briefed on what awaits them in the desert sands below.
Now, you must think of the planet's surface as you would any environment hostile to human life. Because make no mistake, troopers, while you're there, while there's oxygen to breathe and the atmosphere won't kill you outright, everything else will. Your destination is Helios Gate, a bastion-class fortress overlooking the northern frontier. You'll be reinforcing 3 Company of the 5th Rapid Deployment Cohort. Captain Amstrad and the Fighting 5th have repelled no less than 23 direct enemy actions in the last standard quarter. That means you'll be relieving some tired and haggard troops. And, just remember why you're here and who you're fighting for. That's right, for the Duke.
As our 3 young guardians cross the gangway to their dropship, certain nerves and anxieties come boiling to the surface.
Taryn, are you okay?
Whoa, you just missed a trooper on the lower gangway. You didn't even notice.
Gross.
Yeah, I'm okay. Oh, I think that slig chowder isn't sitting too well.
It's okay to be nervous, Taryn. I'm bloody terrified. Although I'm not sure if I'm more afraid of the Harkonnen or the planet itself.
Both are horrible. But my greatest fear is failure and letting my family down.
That's hogwash. You've already lived up to your family name.
We were top of our class at the war gym. Our names are inscribed on the Great Pillar.
After Aiden and his crew were disqualified.
And summarily executed.
But I have so much pressure on me to perform. You peons can't possibly understand what it's like to be na familia. To live under a microscope with 1,000 rules for every little thing. Sometimes I'm jealous of the freedom you guys have.
Freedom to toil for every waking hour?
Or freedom to starve when the crop yield is low?
What about freedom to be beaten if we bump into one of our betters?
Is approaching.
You know what I mean. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just worried about our deployment.
Worried about what?
My brother says Helios Gate is outdated and of limited strategic value.
So?
Well, you heard the commander. 23 direct enemy actions in the last standard quarter. Is it really worth the risk?
I thought you wanted to prove yourself, Golden Boy.
Life must be so hard as a noble.
Okay. I'm an ass. Lay off me.
Look, we just need to stick together and remember our training.
And who knows? These things ebb and flow. We may not even see any action for quite some time.
As their dropship navigated the flak-filled descent corridor, our 3 guardians could see the action unfolding below.
Get up, that's the tune! We are coming in hot! We are entering a live combat zone! Do not, repeat, do not linger at the dropship once we are touched down! We need marksmen to observation decks, and the rest of you, reinforcing access points. Helios Gate must hold.
Taryn, Lyra, and Amon are deployed to different positions around the Helios Gate fortress. Taryn is stationed at the main gate, ready to repel all comers, while Lyra is perched on an observation deck with scope and las rifle.
They're trying to cut the gate solenoids. We need a marksman tasked on the front gate.
I got you, trooper. Cutter in, team down.
Meanwhile, Amon and his team of Suspensor-born skirmishers streak across the sky through a fusillade of lasgun fire.
Land behind them! Land behind them! On my position! Textbook flanking maneuver.
The battle raged on as the numerically superior Harkonnen forces pressed their advantage. But while the defenders of Helios Gate were outgunned and outnumbered, their fighting spirit remained unbroken.
We're not going to be able to hold the gate for much longer. Can I get another marksman tasking for the front gate?
Negative, Trooper. We've got all guns keeping their ornithopters at bay. Look out below!
That squashed some odds. As day turns to night, the Harkonnen forces prepare for a final desperate assault. The defenders, exhausted but resolute, ready themselves once again for the coming battle.
This is it, troopers! Helios Gate stands tall once again! We have gunships coming in on an assault vector from Para East. We just need to hang on until they get here. For the Duke!
In the thick of the battle, Terran continues to defend the front gate, his strength and determination an inspiration to those around him.
They're trying to break through the old-fashioned way.
Lyra's precision fire thins the ranks of the oncoming enemy as Amon is redeployed to the battlements.
I've been hit! The front gate isn't gonna hold!
Terran finds himself in a perilous situation. He is injured, and the position he holds is about to be overrun by the enemy. Lyra, from her vantage point, sees Terran's predicament and desperately tries to provide cover fire.
Hold on, Trooper. I'm trying to cover you. Oh, there's just too damn many.
But then, just as hope seems lost, Amon streaks, Suspensor-born, across the sky and fights his way to his fellow young guardian.
Come on, Terran, let's move! It's too late. The gate won't hold. We're gonna be overrun.
Are you sure about that, Terran? So much for the hard front line. That's it. They're falling back. And they're broken.
When the smoke clears, the casualties on both sides are many. But in the end, the Harkonnen forces are repelled, and the defenders of Helios Gate stand tall. But at what cost?
You've done your Duke proud this day, troopers. Helios Gate stands because of your bravery.
We did it! We really did it!
23 confirmed kills. I'm told that's a fortress record for newbies.
And this is just the beginning. Now they know what we're capable of.
For House Atreides, and for each other, we'll face all comers together.
And so, the siege of Helios Gate comes to an end, marking the first of many trials our young guardians will face. Their journey of honor and courage has truly begun.
Join us next time on The Young Guardians as our heroes continue their journey, facing new challenges as they uphold the legacy of House Atreides. Until then, remember, honor and loyalty are the true marks of a warrior. This is Tolliver Cam, your faithful Communinet crier, spreading the word of the Duke and reminding you it will get better. War is hell, but our cause is just, and there's no other possible outcome than total victory.
Into the jaws of death. One more June. One more June. One more June onward. Into the desert storm flew the brave soldiers. Forward the shield brigade! The las guns must down, he said. Into the desert storm flew the brave soldiers. Forward the shield brigade! No one to hesitate, despite their reckless hate. Harkonnen, villainy. The troops not to ask what's right. They carry our sacred light, theirs, but to stand and fight. Into the desert storm blew the brave soldiers. Las guns to right of them. Las guns to left of them. Las guns in front of them. Lightning and fire beam, forward to final breath. Boldly they flew, and well, into the jaws of death. Into the mouth of hell flew the brave soldiers. Flashed all their crisp knives bare, flashed as they turned in air, slicing the gunners there, charging an army, while Arrakis all wondered. Plunged in the battle smoke, right through the line they broke. Harkonnen and Sardaukar reeled from the crisp knife stroke, shattered and sundered. Then they flew back, but not all of the soldiers. Las guns to right of them, las guns to left of them, las guns behind them. Lightning and fire beam forward to final breath. They that had fought so well came through the jaws of death. Back from the mouth of hell, all that was left of them, left of the soldiers. Ne'er will their glory fade. Oh, the wild charge they made. Atreides, in debt to them, honor the charge they made. Honor the shield brigade. Oh, noble soldiers.
It's the Wastelander Chronicles, brought to you by O'Gary's Imports. O'Gary's Imports. If you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. Join us now as we journey to the blistering sands of Arrakis, where we follow the adventures of the O'Gary clan, a pioneering family of salvage experts, as they scour war-torn battlefields and crash sites to discover their next great haul.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Wastelander Chronicles. I'm your Badlands Scout, Sally O'Gary, back with another wild adventure from the Wastelander Chronicles. Today's story is a real nail-biter. We were out in the Haga Basin, tracking an off-course freighter when we had the most incredible and terrifying encounter. Let me tell you all about it. We were cruising along in Clovis, our trusty 68 Shom Landmaster. It was supposed to be a routine trip, nothing special. But then, out of nowhere, a rock slide showered down from above and blocked our way. And when the sand and dust settled, we were surrounded. Over a dozen of the fearsome desert warriors, known as the Fremen, materialized from the gloom. At least we thought they were Fremen, but their faces were hidden behind weird iron helmets. But Fremen or no, these guys were all business. The one with the biggest helmet stepped forward. He seemed to be in charge and didn't waste any time accusing us of trespassing on Masquerade territory.
Masquerade? I've heard of these clowns.
Maybe not a good time for name-calling, Huck.
We tried to explain that we were just friendly explorers, but they weren't having any of it. The one in the big helmet said we were infidels, defiling the electric worm's domain. Whatever the heck that meant.
A cargo cult. Fremen wannabes. Dude Shaz warned me about them.
When were you talking to Dude Shaz?
Not now.
Well, was he talking to you, or were you talking to him?
Here we go.
I'm just asking. Don't I have a right to know why my wife is always chatting up the handsome sheriff?
He gives good intel.
Is that what you call it?
By that point, I guess Big Helmet had enough of Mom and Dad's bickering, because he got real mad and ordered us buried up to our necks in the sand. But just as they were gonna drop us into chin-deep pits, something incredible happened. The Moskret started yelling about something they call Shai Halud and lit out of there like their tails were on fire. Turns out, Shai Halud is the local name for the big sandworms. Well, I don't have to tell you what happened next. The ground started rumbling and rumbling like never before. I swear it must have been one of those super granddaddy sandworms you hear about living in the deepest desert. I figured it must have took a wrong turn at the shield wall and ended up on our heels. But I'll tell you what, when it comes to worms, Mom and Dad know their business and led us to safety on a rock island with practiced precision. When the dust settled, the worm was gone and there was no sign of the Masquerade. Or was there?
I've got their trail. Good job, son. Follow it.
And why are we following it again?
They threatened my babies.
The trail led to a depression in the rocks where the Masquerade had made camp. They posted guards, but they were no match for us. The best part is, after we killed them all, I found an old handwritten map tucked into Big Helmet's boot. It smelled like farts and old cheese, but I slipped it into my bag anyhow. I know, stealing isn't right. But Dad always says that if they're dead, then it really isn't stealing. Anyhow, we took the helmets and left their gross corpses to the scavengers before finding our way back to Clovis. As we headed back home, I couldn't wait to show Mom and Dad the map. It could be the start of our next big adventure. Back at our shop, we spent days spit shining the helmets to a mirror polish as we get them ready for you, dear listeners.
That's right, Sally. At O'Gary's Imports, it's Masquerade Mask Mayhem, and we won't be undersold. We have big helmets, we have ugly helmets, we have big and ugly helmets. Come find us on the Agora Concourse of the Grand Souk in Arakeen, because at O'Gary's Imports, if you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it.
Thanks, Dad. Until next time, this is your faithful Badland Scout, Sally O'Gary, signing off and reminding you to always check your six. And come back next time for another episode of the Wastelander Chronicles.
How about that, folks? The deep desert holds more than just spice and sand. It holds stories of resilience, of daring, and of discovery.
Remnants of glory, echoes of valor, whispers on the wind, calling the names of the fallen. Brave souls, now but shadows in the dunes. The remnants of glory. Desert silence, broken by memory. Sand beneath our feet, shifting with each sacrifice. Lives given to the cause. The remnants of glory. Era of valor, of gallant deeds, echoes in the annals of history. History, written in blood and sweat. The remnants of glory. In the silence, we remember names and faces faded. Faded but not forgotten, their legacy aflame, undying. Glory may fade, but honor remains. A guiding star, eternal, the remnants of glory. In the stillness, whispers linger, ghosts of battles fought. Won or lost, but not forgotten, their echoes. Echoes of valor.
Welcome, noble listeners of House Atreides, to another poignant episode of Through Their Eyes. Today, we bring you the story of Sergeant Creel, a decorated member of the 2nd Deep Desert Expeditionary Force who has faced the horrors of war firsthand. As we delve into his experiences, we honor the bravery and sacrifices of our troops.
Sergeant Creel, thank you for joining us today. Can you start by telling us about your involvement in the operation at Dejumwadi?
Of course, we're operational in the deep desert, so when scouting came back with reports of a Harkin placement at Dejumwadi, well, that was a serious provocation.
What happened at Dejumwadi?
Like I said, we own the deep desert, so when word got back to us of a Harkonnen bastion being raised, our commanders knew what to do. 7 different cohorts, including the 5th Mesa Infantry and Gurney Zone, were simultaneously deployed in a coordinated attack. The whole operation was brutal. The Hark defenders much more vicious than we were used to.
And yet, you and your fellow soldiers managed to execute the mission with surgical precision. Can you share a specific moment from that operation that stands out in your memory?
There was this one moment, I guess. The Hark Bastion was still only half built, and we'd taken on a group of engineers, but we were spotted by a fortified lasgun position from the finished part of the bastion and pinned down. They were really tearing us apart. But somehow, we managed to get behind them through the half-built works. I remember crawling through the blood-stained sand and rubble. The smell of death and fried ozone thick on the air. When we finally took out that position, at least, it felt like a small victory in this ceaseless ocean of despair.
Your bravery is truly inspiring. As the operation continued, what kept you and your fellow soldiers going?
Duty, honor, the things they drill into you from day one. The example set by the fearless men of Gurney Zone. But honestly, in the end, it's all about the man next to you. It's him you fight for, to keep him alive. It wasn't about grand ideals anymore. It was about survival.
House Atreides prides itself on its moral high ground and honorable conduct. How did the principles of Canley and the Great Convention hold up under the extreme conditions of battle?
Canley? That's for fancy folks with sashes and pressed uniforms. For us, the reality of war changes people. These missions, you do things that you never thought you would. I remember one night, after we took out a Hark listening station, seeing my comrades picking through the carnage off of Harkonnen survivors. They seemed different somehow. As if the brutality of the war had drained all humanity out of them. I even remember...
Sergeant Creel, it's clear that the emotional toll is heavy. Perhaps we can focus more on the moments of camaraderie and hope that you experienced during these dark times.
The what? Well, yeah, I mean, there are moments, sure, but... like between missions, people share stories, laugh about the little things. Anything to keep the darkness at bay. But those moments are fleeting. The reality of what we have to do is always there, lurking in the background.
And during the Shield Wall operation, what was the state of your unit at that point?
It was pretty chaotic. At that point, we were exhausted, just barely holding on. More than half the unit was replacements by then. Young, inexperienced kids, really. Just hanging on by the skin of their teeth. And the Harkonnens had good intel. They somehow knew about most of our operations beforehand. I lost more friends in those days than I can count it. I mean, we were just trying to stay alive, you know? Mission by mission, but... really, what was the point of it all?
Sergeant Creel, I'm sure at least you find some solace in knowing that your courage and sacrifice will never be forgotten. Can you share with us the impact your involvement in these operations has had on you personally?
I mostly just remember the faces, the screams, the loss. I mean, I try to recall the good we did, the successes and the victories, but It's hard. So damn hard.
Your service and dedication to House Atreides are deeply appreciated. We thank you for sharing your story with us.
Yeah, thank you. I just hope it was worth it.
And that concludes our interview with Sergeant Creel. His story is a stark reminder of the sacrifices made by our brave special forces. Let us honor their sacrifices and strive for a future where this can finally end and the Harkonnens are eradicated from all of Arrakis.
You have listened to another episode of Through Their Eyes, first-hand accounts from the front lines, presented by your host, Redondo Monroe. Where shadows meet, a warrior stands on weary feet. His sword, once bright, now dulled with strife, reflects the toll of countless lives. Oh, fate, you've carved this path of pain, through deserts vast, through blood and rain. Yet honor binds my heart tonight. For House Atreides, I still fight. Remember those who fell in fields, whose courage were their only shields. Their names engraved in stars above, their deeds, their legacy of love. In silence, now I take my leave. For battles end, and souls must grieve. But know this truth, my comrades dear, in every heart we still stand near. Oh, house of just and noble name, we've lit the stars with honor's flame. And though my journey's end is near, House Atreides, shed no tear. For in the halls where heroes rest, where valor shines, where hearts are blessed, we'll meet again in timeless peace, where all our pains and triumphs cease. In twilight's glow where shadows meet, a warrior stands on weary feet. His sword, once bright, now dulled with strife, reflects the toll of countless lives. Oh, fate, you've carved this path of pain, through deserts vast, through blood and rain. Yet honor binds my heart. For House Atreides, I still fight. Remember those who fell in fields, whose courage were their only shields. Their names engraved in stars above, their deeds the legacy of love. In silence, now I take my leave. For battles end, and souls must grieve. But know this truth, my comrades dear, in every heart we still stand near. Oh, house of just and noble name, we've lit the stars with honor's flame. And though my journey's end is near, House Atreides, shed no tear. For in the halls where heroes rest, where valor shines, where hearts are blessed, we'll meet again in timeless peace, where all our pains and triumphs cease. Powerful words that remind us of the courage and resolve that lives in every Atreides heart.
Rendavo's father was a sergeant, old and bent and grey. He served the Duke in 88, back in a bygone day. He lived out in the desert and scraped his meager fare, with children 9 around him and Ren, the youngest there. The older siblings learned some sense, but Ren was left without. He was tall, but short on wisdom, and grew up broad and stout. Pious, cheerful, willing, yet he seldom did things right. "What will become of you, poor boy?" his father asked each night. And finally, Ben answered, "A soldier, sword in hand. If all else fails, at least I can still die for Duke and land." Ren packed his bag and went to join the brave Atreides troop. Strong and fit, and healthy too, he was welcomed in the group. But when he had to master drills and learn the skills of war, the sergeant screamed and laughed and screamed still more. For when ordered to turn left, Ren would quickly turn to right, and told to shoulder arms instead, charged with all his might. Rendavo's drills and troubles became a well-known tale. Even famous Duncan Idaho would smile at his travail. And when at last Ren's unit was ordered off to war, the officers debated, was he suited for that job? But Ren just let them argue. He stood there, broad and straight. "If with the others I can't go, I'll go alone. Just wait." He took his sword and backpack and marched out with the rest. At camp he was their servant, fulfilling each request. But when the battles raged, he was ordered to stand back. He didn't understand when to take cover or attack. Duncan Idaho was on the run, Harkonnens in his tracks. He passed Rendavo's unit, shouting, "Boys, you watch our backs. Don't let the devils through the gorge, or all of us are lost." Guard it until we regroup. Keep it safe at any cost. A small detachment, made up but of barely 20 men, got there in time to make their stand. Along with them came Ren. The Harkonnen fell on them hard, their lasguns raining death. And 7 brave Atreides men gave up their costly breath. The same disastrous fate would soon befall all those who'd stay. So when ordered to retreat, they all retreated straight away. All but one, who stayed to fight and charged the foes instead. Ren couldn't get the notion of flight through his stubborn head. He just stood there, broad and strong, and ready now to teach a lesson to each Harkonnen who came within his reach. At the choke point in the gully, they all each took a turn, but without lasgun cover. One by one, were forced to learn. They charged at Ren, but each who came was fought and bested all the same. None could beat him at this game, for Atreides' honor, house, and name. Duncan Idaho had rallied all the troops that still were hale. He shouted, "Hold out, my brave lad, we're coming, do not fail." He told all who would hear him, watch a true Atreides fight. Hurry, boys, come to his aid, he has saved us all tonight. Against that fearsome counter-strike, no Harkonnen could hold. They faltered, failed, and turned their backs, a rare sight to behold. Their faces pale, their weapons dropped behind them as they ran. And Duncan looked around and asked, "Where is that fearless man? He who held the gully until we could all return, that hero of the desert. His name I must needs learn." "He has fallen," said the sergeant, his head bowed down in shame. "He lies there dead upon the sand. Rendavo was his name." "I remember him," said Idaho, "of Ren who'd seemed to rest, but for the blood that stained the shirt across his mighty chest. That lasgun knew just where to strike, as plainly you can see," said Idaho to those around. "Yes, it knew more than we. It shunned his brow. 'Twas weak and poor, that much all of us knew. But found instead what better was his heart, forever true." The word spread quick among all those who had survived the fight, and every soldier did agree Duncan Idaho was right. Rendavo was no thinker, his mind slow, truth be told. His head, they said, was thick as wood, but his heart was made of gold.
How did I miss it again? Where is this fucking thing?
It's the Wastelander Chronicle, brought to you by O'Gary's Imports. O'Gary's Imports. If you want it, we have it. And if we don't have it, we'll get it. Join us now as we journey to the blistering sands of Arrakis, where we follow the adventures of the O'Gary clan, a pioneering family of salvage experts, as they scour war-torn battlefields and crash sites to discover their next great haul.
Hey there, everyone! Welcome back to the Wastelander Chronicles. I'm your Badlands Scout, Sally O'Gary, back with another wild adventure. After that scary encounter with the Masquerade, we got our hands on that super mysterious map. Dad was all over it, trying to figure out where it led. Normally, he would take it over to his Mentat friend at the Seleucid Bowl. I used to think Master Chin was scary when I was little. The way he got that faraway look in his eye when he did his computing. Master Chin would have taken one look, and before you got a word out, he'd have done a sector-by-sector comparison of the map with known topography. But in this case, Dad didn't want anyone knowing the secrets of the map before he did.
I'll figure it out myself.
Mom said he was being a paranoid old fool, but what should have taken 30 seconds took 2 days. And don't you know it, 2 days later, we found ourselves piling in the Clovis, our 68th Homeland Master, and set a course for the Haga Basin. Once we were underway, Dad unfolded the map and pointed to a marking that looked like an angry beetle.
This is our destination, kids. Remember that old Empire facility we found a few weeks back? It was a maintenance facility. You know, a bunch of tool pushers they kept around to fix stuff for the eggheads. I guess a scientist can tell you how much a pound of worm shit weighs, but put them all together in a room and they still can't turn a screw to save their lives. Anyhow, in the documentation we recovered, we found an inventory roll listing some of the other testing stations by number and field of study. Testing Station 29 studied plants, while 36 studied weather. Station 91, though, they studied bugs. Just like this ugly little sucker we're headed towards.
Boy, was that journey rough. Mom said it was a bad time of year to be traveling, and the sandstorms were relentless. Visibility was almost nothing, and sometimes my little brother Koda and I had to get out and walk ahead of Clovis to make sure we didn't drive off a cliff. Eventually, we arrived at the sector indicated on the map, and we hid Clovis away, where she would be safe. As usual, Kodo and I took the point and went ahead of our group. I won't lie, every step of that mission was a chafing nightmare. I made the right. I was in rare form and just in time when we finally came upon the massive portal in the rock. Koda was immediately apprehensive.
Reading a lot of foot traffic, Sally. I'm not sure how lost this old testing station really is.
Of course, that's when Dad and the rest of the...
Said I was a fool. You said I'd lead us into an ambush.
The night is young.
Ignore your petulant mother, kids. We go in wedge formation. After me.
We squeezed through the narrow aperture with ease, but quickly found our way blocked by a massive pit of darkness. After we recalibrated our optics for low light, we found a narrow ramp that wound down to the gaping shaft. I forgot all about my chafing as we descended into the darkness. I hated the feeling in there, the lonely, oppressive atmosphere that long-abandoned places had in common. But the spell was quickly broken when a Harkonnen fire team floated on the center of the shaft from above. We flattened ourselves against the wall and kept out of their light as the noisy and oblivious troopers floated past.
You know that bloody city will never be finished.
The beast is a fool. One day the Baron is going to come here and see where all his Solaris went.
You don't want to be around when that happens.
And why is it you don't want that?
You haven't met the Baron yet, have you, boy?
Damn it, Finn! This isn't a testing station. It's a Harkonnen base.
Can it be both?
I told you the night was young.
So, what do we do now?
This place is huge. In this fall, I say we go on high alert and check it out.
We couldn't risk getting caught, so we stuck to the shadows and moved as quietly as we could. Momo's right. This place was huge, with tunnels going off in every direction. We saw rooms full of weird machinery and old tech, stuff I'd never seen before. But oddly, no bugs or insects of any kind.
There were never any bugs, Sally. I think the symbol on the map indicates Harkonnens, not bugs.
Well, their helmets are kind of bug-shaped when you look at them.
That's when we heard footsteps and ducked into a side room just in time. Peeking out, we saw a group of Harkonnen troopers march past. We didn't know how many there were in total, but any kind of combat would have brought the whole base down on us. My heart was pounding so hard, I was sure they'd hear it. After they were gone, the spirit of adventure had left us, and we resolved to get out of there as fast as we could. Koda and I really wanted to kill us a Harkonnen, but Mom told us it wasn't our time yet. We'd get our chance one day. But boy was she wrong, as we came face to face with the Harkonnen captain at the top of the ramp.